Hello, welcome back to IPBC Asia 2013. Innovation comes in many forms, and intellectual property is obviously created not just by mature companies with maturing technology, but in particular by those companies just starting out. This was the recognition of a Mumbai-based company which helps mentor new entrepreneurs, people who are at the beginning of the innovation cycle. The company is called Mumbai Angels Venture Mentors, and the president, Anil Joshi, is here with me at IPBC Asia 2013. Thanks so much for making the time. And one of your most famous investments is INMOBI. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you get started in
So INMOBI is a very interesting story. We invested in 2006, early 2007, and we invested $500,000 that time. And
that's $500,000 US dollars?
$500,000 US. And when we invested, it was not INMOBI, it was called M-Khoj. And M stands for mobile and Khoj in India means search. So they wanted to provide a platform on mobile, allowing people to search through SMS mode. And they started working on it. I guess they had exhausted around 60% by the time product was ready, and then team realized that they need to change their business plan. And then they came to investors and they said, they would like to their business plan than what they were, and Mumbai Angels supported it. Then they changed their second business plan, which also didn't went well as they thought of as plan A, and they worked on plan C, and they said we would like to change our plan B as well. And then they started working on plan C, which was providing a platform for mobile advertisement, and that's what it is called today, INMOBI, present over 10 countries with a workforce of around 950 plus, having offices in India, Singapore, UK, China, US. So company is doing good now. Experience has been good. We came in at a very low valuation, but today company is considered to be over $1 billion.
Have you exited?
We have exited partially.
Partially?
Yeah.
So you still have some skin in the game, so to speak?
We still have small, but investors are very happy about it.
And your patience has paid off in a sense. Is this something that you think more people in the intellectual property business need to have? Patience to see companies move through plan A, plan B, and finally make it in plan C?
So angel investment typically is very risky, and the gestation period for any investment is anywhere around 7 years plus minus 2. You're lucky if you get exit before that. Mumbai Angel had been lucky to take exits even in 6 months, where people made good money. We have taken exits in 12 months, but the average gestation period is from 7 years plus minus 2. Hence it is advisable that you need to have patience, you need to devote time, you need to support team. If this is not there on your mind, then it's difficult to invest venture like this, where plan get changed every 6 months.
Do you think that investing in and innovation, I suppose, at the earliest stage is more exciting than mature companies which file in some cases thousands of patents a year?
When you invest in matured company, there is a predictability how it will be moving, and you can even define what it could be. But when you invest in something very new, very futuristic, then it could be Google, it could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn. Hence it's more interesting and charming to invest in startup where you see your numbers multiplying very fast, you see action very fast. Hence it's exciting for us.
Do you think enough attention is paid to the entrepreneurs? Because it's so unstructured that perhaps investors in IP might shy away from that. They prefer perhaps the predictability.
So if you see a matured market like US, yes, people do recognize this, and the market itself is quite matured. If you compare it with US angel investment amount is equivalent to VC and P amount, which is in tune of $20 billion. Whereas in India there are just 5, 6, 7, 8 angel group, and market is it's a growing market. So I think it needs its own time to get matured, and if that happens, then I don't see there could be a reason. Otherwise, I agree that it needs to be given time.
How many more INMOBIs are there in India waiting to be discovered?
So you have Make My Trip, which got listed on Nasdaq. Then there is a company called Redbus. I'm not sure if you heard about or not, but it's an ticketing platform, just like INMOBI for advertisement. Redbus is a ticketing platform for buses in India, and that company got acquired for a very handsome amount, under 1 billion, but it's very excellent amount. So I think the stories are getting built up. It's very interesting that Redbus started, by a person who came out of college, and he created a wealth not only for himself but also for his investment. Then we had Just Dial. So I think India has started producing, star entrepreneurs. More and more people have started taking up entrepreneurship. Hence, you see, angel group like us, are also growing. When we started, we were just 40 people. Now we are close to 200 people. There are other angel group which are also equally expanding. We also started another chapter in Bangalore. So it is, on growth path.
But would you say that Indian companies, startups, are sufficiently aware of the need to develop their own IP? Are they aware of the value that their IP could have?
So on average, we evaluate 100 business plan every month.
100 every month?
100 every month. And when we speak to entrepreneur, we do touch upon IP as one of the topic. And most of the entrepreneur, do recognize the importance of IP. Hence, I see the trend is building up, and going forward, you will see more and more IP, getting filed and getting approved. But if you look at the larger base of India, it's in small percent, because we are evaluating only 100, but India is quite big country.
Well, that's just it. And there is the unfortunate perception, perhaps, that in order to fully maximize your business plan and your intellectual property, you have to move to the United States, to Silicon Valley to do so. Is that still a fair perception?
I guess so. Reason being, the acceptance of new idea in US is far better than a country like India. For example, INMOBI started in India. They started growing when they moved out of India, and then they came back to India to capture that market. So I think we take some time to adopt to new technology. In time to come, it would also come to the stage where people would start enjoying the homegrown market. However, currently it is US which is more welcoming to startups than any other.
Now, you've started a partnership with InnoList, a company which promises to bring intellectual property to the fore. What form does this partnership take?
So, as I said, we were evaluating 100 business plan every month, and we were coming across business plans, which needed IP validation. We as angel investors, have a limitation, and we needed expert help. Hence, we thought, why not partner with somebody who in turn can help us in evaluating those IP. Also, if there is an IP and if it is not filed, then InnoList probably could help them filing for patents, not only in India but also other countries. With that objective, we partnered with InnoList, and they have been very helpful us, in evaluating our business plans. In fact, in one of the case where we were very close to invest, and it was InnoList, who gave us some better insight, and we couldn't, we decided not to invest. So it actually helped us, having partnership with InnoList.
Have there been cases the other way, where InnoList has brought companies to you with valuable IP for you to fund or to mentor?
So companies which have IP and we refer to InnoList, and if they say yes, there is an IP, it cements our thought process to fund it. So yes, it is positive.
Looking forward, you've done this now for quite a few years. Looking forward, what sort of future do you see in, let's say, the next 10 years? What are your hopes, but also what are your expectations?
I think in last 6 years, the way we have grown and the way opportunities are emerging in India, not only in India but outside India, I see we would further expand, not only in terms of investors, but we would also expand in investing more companies. Today, in 7 years period, we have invested in 65 companies with 10 exits. I think in 10 years time, probably it could be 10 times of this. So to me, future looks like very bright. I have started calling India as a nation of startups. not because I'm in this field, but I'm seeing everybody would like to be entrepreneur. When I graduated from college, the first thing which would come to our mind was to get a job. But today it's how do I start my venture. So it's changing, and it's changing on positive direction. So I see it's growing multifold in 10 years time.
Right, we wish you the very best. Thank you very much. Anil Joshi from the Mumbai Angels Venture Mentors Network, joining us here in Singapore at the IPBC Asia Conference 2013.